Well, good morning, everybody. Nice to see you all again. It is so good to be back in Grants Pass. Been on the road for a few weeks through California. I'm heading up to Portland, where I used to live. I'm in New Mexico these days, where I make my home in Taos. Worked out for me to stop in here this morning, and we're going to start with two songs. Reverend Steve asked for two things that you could sing along with, so I'm going to teach you the Spirit chant, and we'll get that going and let that go a little bit. It's pretty easy. And there are the words. This next song, I'm going to bring it down just a little and go right into Reverend Steve's service this morning. A song that I've been singing a lot these days, written by a fellow singer-songwriter named Sam Baker. It's a song that, and I think you will too, we all wish we had written. It's called Go in Peace. And I'll sing it through once, and you can join me as we go along. Go in peace. I gotta get in tune here. Gotta be perfect, you know. Much better. Go in peace. Go in kindness, go in love, go in faith, leave the day behind us, day is done, go in grace. Let us go into the dark and not afraid. Pleasure safely to arrive at home. And now you know it. So go in peace and go in kindness, go in love, in faith, leave the day behind us, day is done, go in grace, and let us go into the dark, and not afraid, and not alone, and let us hope some good pleasure safely to arrive at home. Repeat the last line. And let us hope by some good pleasure safely to arrive at home.
Good morning. Welcome to the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Steve Van Meter, your senior minister. You braved the elements and you found yourself here. Look at this. We made it. Yeah, let's hear it. Yeah, it's okay. Well, I know you have a lot of different places you can be, but you found yourself here. Sit back, relax. We have an awesome experience planned for you this morning. You've done the hard part. You woke up, you hit the snooze bar, you managed to get yourself forged those rivers and cross those dales or whatever you did. But you got here, and we're going to do what we do every Sunday morning, and that's read our vision mission statement, which says, we are an open, loving, spiritual community dedicated to evolving consciousness through teaching spiritual principles. Well, we have some announcements for you this morning, so I would like to invite up Jamaica Wallace, who is our board president and practitioner. Jamaica.
Good morning, everyone. All right. settle in. I got 17 pages, so we'll be here. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Not that much. All right. For starters, we have our 4th annual fun fair. It's officially planned and on the books. So mark your calendars for Saturday, June the 21st. It'll be from 11 to 4 p.m. right here at the Center for Spiritual Living. Our theme this year is Ignite the Fun and Shine Your Light. So this is a perfect way to begin summer because that happens to be the very first day of summer as well. So what a great way to get your light shining bright. We have vendor and presenter applications available. So if you are interested in being a vendor or you have something spectacular you would like to talk to us about, we would love to receive an application from you, and those are available on the back counter. Or you can speak with Wendy Orsat and she can get you a application and get that emailed out to you. And we're looking forward to having a wonderful event this year.
Where's it going to be?
Right here.
Oh, joy.
Right here at the center. We'll be all over. We have stuff happening in the yard. We have stuff going on in here. We have fun stuff for the kids. We have discovery stations, treasure hunts. So much fun. It's amazing. You guys just have to come experience it for yourself. All right. And then we have a very exciting visioning workshop coming up that will be led by our very own Bucky Dinnerline. That is on April the 6th, and it'll start at 12:15 next door in the LEC. Is there some aspect of your life you desire to change, transform, or grow? This mini retreat is for you. Perhaps you are ready to birth a passion project, a business, a creative expression, a ministry, or a new life. Or perhaps you are seeking a deeper awareness of who you have come here to be and what is yours to do. Maybe you are simply in need of sacred time to retreat from the fullness of life, to attune to the divine inner knowing of your own soul. Come spend time and tune in to your greatest yet to be. Deeply inner listen, connect, renew, and become all that Spirit has in store for you. Music will nourish your soul as we settle in. Then we will meditate, preparing us to follow the steps led by Reverend Michael Beckworth to create your own vision. Visioning is a process that illuminates our highest vision and deepest intent. This is an opportunity to spend sacred time so you can harvest your vision and inwardly prepare for the journey ahead. You may have a certain aspect that you want to vision on, such as health, prosperity, love, your life's work, or the next season in your life. It's up to you. During this workshop, you will be guided in doing what your heart and mind are calling for, even aspects that you don't know yet before you start. This mini retreat may cultivate a new practice for you or be a renewal for the one that you practice daily. Come experience how visioning can be one of your most vital spiritual tools, one that brings clarity and greatly enhances your life. This is a love offering, and you're encouraged to bring a journal so that you can record any of your revelations. And there is a sign-up sheet available on the back counter, or you can speak with Bucky if you have any questions about that. And then today, there is a nature immersion walk happening with Wendy Orsat. Yeah, you guys are going to immerse yourselves in that and have fun out there, I know. If you are signed up for that and want to participate, you'll meet here at 12:30, or they will be at the facility by 1. If you're planning on driving out there and meeting them there, that's where they'll be. And if you have any questions, Wendy is right back there, and she would be happy to answer those for you.
Many benefits for being out in the rain. So grab your umbrella.
Grab your umbrella and have some fun. Go play in the rain. It's not that cold out there right now. I mean, it's a great time. Let your inner child have some fun, you know? I'm saying, but stomp in the mud puddles a little bit, you know? So have some fun. All right, we have a wonderful book study group going to be starting on April the 10th from 3:30 to 5. This is going to be facilitated by our very own Deborah Perdue and Paula Peterson. This is Living with Joy. It begins on April the 10th and goes from 3:30 to 5, and it's a 7-week class or book study. And it's a perfect time to get together each week and use an excellent guide to amplify living with more joy in our lives. And if you haven't had an opportunity to take a class with Deborah and Paula, I highly, highly recommend it. They are amazing practitioners that we have here. And they want to reach out to the congregation and let you guys know that they want to invite anybody, if you have or haven't, but if you've not had a chance to take a class with them, they encourage you to come to the first class free of charge. Got nothing to risk, misery back guarantee, right? You can not have any joy back if that's what you want, but you have an opportunity to come experience some joy with them and check it out. So it's a love offering donation of $20 per week, or if you pay ahead, $120 if it's paid before that first class. But like I said, you get to come in and experience it for nothing, just for joy and love. So, all right. And then mark your calendars also for April the 13th, which is a Sunday. We will be having our community forum. We are excited to invite you to our forum. This is a wonderful opportunity to get to meet our board of trustees, learn more about how our center is thriving, and ask any questions that you may have. We look forward to seeing you there for engaging and an informative time together. And then on, April's very busy, guys, just letting you know right now. I'm sorry, that is going to be at 12 o'clock. So it's right after service. We'll have it right here in the main room. And then on April the 27th, we have our new member orientation. So hello, new members. If you've recently joined our beautiful home, we invite you to the new member orientation on April 27th. This is an opportunity to learn more about our center, to connect with fellow members, and to understand the responsibilities of membership. We look forward to seeing you there. And then we're going to jump ahead to May a little bit, but I just want you guys to get this one on your calendar too, because this one's really exciting. On Mother's Day, which is Sunday, May the 11th, at 12:30 here at the center, we are going to be featuring a wonderful movie. So we'll be celebrating Mother's Day and Creatrix Wise Women Everywhere. Come together in community on Mother's Day to watch an inspiring, award-winning docufilm, Women Healing the World, executive produced by Sharon Stone and Emmanuel Eider, highlighting spectacular foremothers and wayshowers such as Marion Williamson, Jean Houston, Rain Elsler, Maria Bello, Gloria Steinman, Maria, and many more. Women's wisdom is a future and a way forward. Come hear solutions and a roadmap for a holistic and healthy future. So mark your calendars for Mother's Day for that event. And then our metaphysical book study continues to meet on Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. next door at the LEC, continuing to study The Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. Directly after that, we have our practitioners meet for the silent meditation from 9:50 to 10:05. So if you do find you're entering after that time, please do it in the silence so we don't disturb anybody. And moving on. Almost there, guys. I'm almost there, I promise. Our beautiful flowers today are from Priscilla. Thank you, Priscilla. Those are beautiful. All right. And do we have anybody that's joining us here today for the first time? Raise your hand. Welcome. We have a beautiful welcome packet for you, and we'd love to have you stay after and join us for refreshments and get to know you. Welcome. All right, and if anybody has anything that makes noise, those cell phones or anything else, this is a great time to go ahead and put those on silent or just go ahead and turn them off. And then I invite everyone to, let's just take a moment and turn to our neighbor and say good morning and how are we doing? Get to know each other a little bit. All right. Thank you, everybody. Tapatutu. And I invite everyone to go ahead and stand and join me in singing We Are One.
We are one, we are one. I am you, you are we are one. And in this unity, we shall live in harmony as peace has come, as we are one. We are one, we are one. I am you, we are one. And in this unity, we shall live in harmony as peace has come, as we are one.
Good morning. I'm Deborah Perdue, and I feel blessed to be here, and I'm blessed to serve as a practitioner at this Grants Pass CSL, and I love to see all of you out there with your beautiful shining faces. Please join me in reading the gratitude. Today, I surrender to the presence of God within me, and I am grateful. I'm so glad you're here today. Thank you for coming and being part of this loving community. If you have a prayer request, please fill out the yellow form that can be found in the seat backs. I saw one. Whoops, oh dear. Or online at grantspasscsl.org. Thank you, Rochelle. When you have an answer to your prayer, as we know you will, let us know by filling out the blue prayer demonstration card. And if you wonder what exactly a licensed practitioner does, there's a gold sheet on the seat back that you can read. It also gives you our phone numbers, and we are here for you, and our main job is to pray. Today, our table practitioner is Jamaica Wallace. She's holding the high watch for our service today. And that just means holding all of us in love and light and joy and peace, just knowing that all is well. She can direct you to a practitioner for prayer after the service. Will the practitioners who are available today please raise your hand? Is it just Jamaica and I this time? That's unusual. Oh, and Janet, good. So we encourage you to come to us after the service. Jamaica will either give you the prayer herself or direct you to one of us. And they're called Miracle Minutes. And so it doesn't have to be something wrong in your life. It can be more good or more joy or more peace. We want to pray for you, so use us. And same with the prayer requests. Let's read the prayer together on the screen. As I let go to the ongoing ebb and flow of life's changes, I feel myself blossoming and flourishing to the magnificent truth of who I am. And let's see, yes. Okay. We're going to sing I Am Loved, so please remain seated as we sing it. Today's topic is blossoming in the swaying. This is such a beautiful image. In my mind's eye, I see a willow tree swaying in the breeze. I see a daffodil, strong and resilient, swaying in the breeze. I see a meadow of grass bending in the wind. In nature, there is such resilience and strength. I find it very inspiring. For sure, it is an intention of mine to sway and bend and be flexible when something I am resistant to shows up in my life. I wrote a daily gratitude reflection I found this morning, written on February 9th, 2024. Here it is. The title is Gently Down the Stream. I am grateful for the feeling of being part of the natural flow of life. That's a quote from the Gratitude Habit Journal. It is a delightful feeling to know that I am in the flow, relaxing and enjoying the ride of life. I have found that it is essential not to fight where I am being led and to try and turn around and go upstream instead. If I encounter a block hindering me, I surrender and let go. I have learned not to push if there seems to be an obstacle stopping movement in my life. At the right time, any obstructions simply dissolve, and then I go gently down the stream again. The flow of water is so beautiful to behold, and we can learn lessons from it as water continues on its path and yields when it must. Yet it is persistent, as am I. How thankful I am to go with the flow. Going with the flow is so important for inner peace. Fighting what is counterproductive, I have found. As spiritual beings, isn't it our mission to go gently down the stream instead of fighting the current? When we go with the flow, we flourish and thrive. Our life blossoms in a myriad of ways. So let's go into the silence now for a few moments and reflect on all of this, and I'll let you know when it's time to return. And so when you're ready, gently come back to this room, open your eyes, and I'm going to speak an invocation. Life is ever expanding. It stretches out to the farthest reaches of the universe upon universe. It is in the tiniest microcosms, too. Spirit is everywhere and in everything. All is alive. Spirit is love and peace and joy and so much more. I know each of us is enveloped in this magnificent presence. We are all one with Spirit. I am so thankful for the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living, which helps us all thrive and flourish and blossom and grow. I know today's service is blessed, all facets of it, and I feel the love and harmony emanating from each person here. Together we thrive. Thank you, God, and so it is. The dog. So now we have some special music by Michael Mandrell, followed by Reverend Steve's magnificent talk. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's hear it again for Michael Mandrell. You know, he makes it look so easy. If you've ever played acoustic guitar, you know that it takes years of rehearsing to be able to pull that off. Thank you for sharing your gift of music with us. So here we are. It is the last, tomorrow's the last day of March, right? Wow. Coming into April, right? Blossoming in the swaying, huh? Can you do both at the same time? Well, we're called to do a lot of things at the same time right now, aren't we? You know, I've been starting my talks out with a little bit of what's happening in the world today. Because, you know, I can just go right into my talk and not touch on some of the things that are happening, and you'll go, well, why did we do this today? Nothing was addressed. The talk's about today. So here we go. Reality as we know it is over. That's truly what's happening. The world as you know it yesterday is gone. Let's breathe into that for a second, okay? And let it go. Let it go. We are standing on the precipice of a whole new world. The reason that there is all this conflict and unrest in the world right now is because the entire old way of life and of being is dying. We're experiencing a slow death right now. Yay. Or, oh no. But a new way of understanding life and a new reality is being birthed and created right now. And you get a front row seat. The old way is over. We need to let it go. But not everyone has woken up to that fact yet. There are some people with power and position who believe in force and separation, and in nuclear weapons, who hold the ear of the media and are still desperately trying to hold on to the old way of understanding life. And that's based on separation and fear and false differences, religious bigotry and racial hatred and the energy of separation. And these ways are dying and are over. And we are experiencing that death of those things. And that's why it hurts right now. But we are the death doulas. You know what a death doula is? They're the person that helps someone who's making their transition. We're those people. And at the same time, we're the midwives of the new that is being born. There's a death and a birth happening all at the same time with 5D. You know what that is? Stepping out of the 3D and into the 5D realm of spiritual awareness. Well, that's what's happening. We are having a transformative awakening all at the same time. Isn't it blissfully wonderful? You know, technology has now completely proven that anybody anywhere on the planet is not different than anyone else. We are one. You can get on your computer or even your phone and see what's going on the other side of the planet right now. No lag time. Well, maybe a satellite lag. In any given moment, any person can communicate with anybody else anywhere. And if you have a heart, you realize that we are all one and the same energy. There is only one of us here. It is the infinite expressing divinely as who and what you have come here to be. Unification is the new reality. Separation us and them, a little AI coming in there. I love it. Unification is the future that is happening right now. However, there is this old dying energy that's still clawing away. And that's okay. It's okay. Things are, when they're making their transition, they show up in interesting ways. But the more that we resist the new understanding, the longer the goodbye is. Don't you hate long goodbyes? I do. I would much rather say, thank you for sharing and leapfrog into the next plane of existence as quickly as possible. If you're going to tear off the Band-Aid, don't go slow. Don't go slow. Just rip that baby off. But I have some great news for you. Are you ready for the good news? Yes. This too shall pass. See, the power of the light, the power of unification, the power of source energy, the power of Christ consciousness, the power of the goddess is rising. Can you feel it? This is the great spiritual awakening we have been told about. It's time to let that energy of oneness, of wholeness, be birthed. This is the power of expanding awareness. It is greater than any addiction, any fear, or false idea of separation. And the light always wins. It always does. But if you're in the chapter before the very end of the movie or the book, we're in that little, fight right now where everybody's wrestling. But this is exciting news. I mean, this is why we were born. It is the power of our light, of our truth, of our expanding awareness and our oneness of this great reality, which is so much more powerful than any past illusion, belief in separation, or fear. See, the old way and energy doesn't have a chance. That's why it's squirming right now. It is the transition that's happening. We're in the midst of that transition. The paint is not dry yet. It's actually getting pretty sticky. So is this transition going to be easy? Well, yes and no. Depends where you are consciously and what you believe. If you believe that it's going to be hard, the universe always says, yes, let me show you how hard it can be. But if you believe that this can be an easy transition, let me show you how easy it can be. It's like deciding to get on an old propeller airplane to get somewhere. If you went to your gate and you saw a propeller airplane out there, you might go, am I booked on the right flight? Is this my flight? Am I going to New York on that thing? Because there is a new airplane, a new jet plane, a new starship in consciousness that is waiting in the wings. It's available. But we can get on that old jalopy. I mean, God bless them. They got us flying. They're beautiful air machines, but we have transpired. It's like going to your house and seeing a phone on the wall that has a cord on it. It's like, does that thing even work anymore? They still sell those things? Well, yeah, they do. And it's comfortable for some of us. But when you go in your car, I hope you don't have a cord on your phone. See, consciousness is always evolving. And some of us are still stuck in the old ways. But transformation is happening. You can transform now, or you can transform later. But you will transform. At some point, you will put down the old corded phone, and you will pick up a communication device that everyone is using. Beam me up. There's no intelligent life on this planet. And it's happening right now. All the saints and all the ascended masters who have forecasted these times have warned us about the difficulties and challenges of this transition that we are experiencing right now. But fear not. We will survive. There may be some unrest and some squirming right now, but this too will pass. What we're seeing around us right now is that building difficulty and conflict. But the conflict itself is proof that there's tremendous power in our light, in our enlightenment. The new ways are coming. The new energy is happening. You can resist. You can fight it. Or you can say, you know what? I want to be part of the change. I want to be part of the new 5D energy. I will make that quantum leap in consciousness to what Spirit wants me to understand through this transition. And those of us who understand it have the opportunity to live in that new light of unity in 5D consciousness right now. You're being called up. Your ship has just come in. If you weren't in this room and didn't hear me talk about this, you may still be out there living in a tent. Not by choice. Because you want to, because I don't want to transform. And that's okay. But there will come a time when we all decide to move forward. And if you're stuck in resistance, it may be a challenge. As we walk through these interesting and challenging times together, hold the light of truth before you high so that you can find your way and others around you can find the way to the light. Because we are our brothers and sisters' keepers. We are here to hold that light of truth high. You know, I've heard it said, lo, as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. I shall fear no error thinking. I shall not stay in the past. I shall not pitch a tent or build a condo in the dark. I shall keep walking. My rod and my staff, they comfort me. What is your rod and your staff? Your truth and your light. Your transformation. You can sit in the dark if you like, but the light is coming. And it's going to shine on everybody the same. Higher consciousness is waiting for your recognition of it. And the minute you go, okay, we transform. So these are the tools of your transformation. Enlighten up. Double your spiritual practice. If you don't have a spiritual practice, make one. This is a spiritual practice, coming to this center. If you like it or not, but I think you like it because you keep coming back. Keep the faith and look for the truth. Now for my talk. Had to get through that. There's some things that have to be said. You know, when you get a download, you've got to speak it into the world. So, blossoming in the swing. You know, in the face of the ongoing ebb and flow of life's challenges, how can we flourish and bloom? How do we find comfort in the midst of discomfort? How can we be true to the unity of who we truly are? This week, we explore how being true to who we are opens that door to being open at the top, and with love as our guide, as we learn how to blossom and sway through life's ups and downs. Ernest Holmes wrote in The Science of Mind, thus, you are already prepared to test the principle by allowing this life to flow through you, what you are and what you do. Things happen because of an inner immutable law, and you need not recognize the essence of being. Its power is already supreme. By holding a thought, you do not add an inch to reality, but allow reality to manifest in what you do. This is how it works. This is Metaphysics 101. Allow reality to manifest in what you do. Are you willing to allow that to happen? Are you willing to allow transformation? Or are you going to fight it? This week we dive into the flowering of life. In the metaphysical diagram, let's go to the next chart, please. You know this thing? Van Meter? The teaching symbol is the creative process. This stands for the creative process. This is the triune nature of God. In the Christian tradition, it's the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. The Father is the top portion of the circle. The Son or the daughter or the goddess is in the bottom and is a result of the Father, Mother, God. And the middle is the Holy Spirit. I like to use the spirit of wholeness instead, because the Holy Spirit always scared me as a kid. You know, you're taught to be afraid of the Holy Spirit will come upon you. But the spirit of wholeness makes sense to me. So, you plant a seed in the top, you have an idea, you plant it into the soil or the soul, and a plant appears, puts down roots, and puts up leaves. And when it's done, it transitions. And its leaves become the soil or the soul that grow the next rows. It is at the bottom of this diagram, being part of that sacred circle of the creative process, where nothing is separate. Everything is part of the whole. We only reap what we sow. If you think it's going to be terrible, the universe always says yes. Let me show you how terrible it can be. We don't have to do anything at all, as Holmes says. We don't need to give energy to the essence of being. You simply have to let the law act and respond to your vibration. So what are you vibrating? Stop that stinking thinking. Get in alignment. This doesn't mean get in a line. It means let the alignment flow through you and be your perfect being. See, when we set this ego aside, we allow life to express itself as us. We can flourish in the sway, right? Don't let the sway, this is all that's happening, is we're getting swayed. but you can still blossom at the same time while the wind is blowing. See, it's in the back and forth of life, of our individual lives, and embracing the recognition of this oneness and love that life happens. I'll do it when everything in my life calms down. Yeah, how's that going for you? Still waiting? Still waiting for everything to calm down? When we allow this, we can face a change because we have a new belief, a new scenario in our feelings, in our perspective, in our attention. What are you putting your attention on? If energy flows where our attention goes and you're looking at the problem, you are feeding the problem. So we need to turn away from the problem, not to deny it, but not to give it any more of our energetic power. We need to turn into the solution. Any new change can generate discomfort, and it takes us out of our comfort zone, out of what we know or believe, and even what we've taken for granted. Change challenges us to question our beliefs. Sometimes change involves moving away from your safe space, your home, your family, and the world that you live in. You ever had an experience like that where you woke up one morning and things just didn't fit? Like, I'm not going to call that person back. I know where this conversation is going. Voicemail. They can complain to my voicemail this time. And it's tough, sometimes it is our family that we have to let go of, our loved ones. When faced with this uncomfortable situation, allow peace. The peace that permeates everything and for which you are a part. This helps you adapt to your new feelings. For something is growing within you. Something is asking to be different, and it's uncomfortable. Birth is uncomfortable. We've all birthed new ideas. Remember who you are. You were born for times like this. You are on an incredible adventure. Just as the nature of the whale and the dolphin is to swim and not to fly, so your true nature must be according to the expression of God, which is you. Right now we need to bless the waters, bless the whales, bless the dolphins, and all the sea creatures. So they're calling out for help. Mother Earth is asking for an assistance right now, and we are the right people at the right place at the right time to make that difference. So what are you going to do? Emerson said, imitation is suicide. So be yourself. There is no one, nor has there ever been anyone, nor will there ever be anyone exactly like you. You are a one of a kind. That's right. You are it. There is no one like you. So allow the divine to express itself in you and as you, because it's your truth coming through. If you're not used to doing this, it can feel uncomfortable. But it's so comfortable when you do. It's a new way of living. Centers for Spiritual Living invites us into sacred activism. Not just the activism of banners and signs, of marches, of speeches for or against what we believe, although these are great ways to express. And if you're called to do that, now's the time. If you're moved to express in a certain way, express in that way. I understand that there's a march on April 5th this Saturday, but that's up to you. If you want to speak your word or make your feelings known. There's a way to do it. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you will know. But for some of us, the point of being a spiritual activist may be the right to think what we want to think freely. Some people raise their voices. Some people raise consciousness. Others choose conscious stillness. Some sing songs and compose music. Others plant ideas or work for peace and love in different ways. But we all have something to do as part of this transformation. Whatever your talent, be true to it, but do something. We have a saying in this teaching called treat and move your feet. If you just pray, yeah, it may eventually happen. But when you pray with action, oh, you just like sped up your prayer work. When you pray while you're doing something in achievement of your vision and your goals, then the power has something to get behind. See, it's not just like, well, I want a new job. I'm going to sit on the couch and watch TV and know that job's just going to knock at my front door. And it can. But if you want it to happen a little quicker, you got to, fill out update your resume and fill out an application somewhere, right? Things are moving forward, and it's time to play your part. And sacred activism starts with sacred consciousness. Embody the best expression of yourself. And it takes your life to do it. Fulfill your life's purpose. You made a contract to be here doing this sacred work. So get in the game. This produces the butterfly effect. You guys know what the butterfly effect is? The butterfly effect means small actions can lead to big changes over time. A butterfly flaps its wings, causing tiny air currents to change that over time might help create a rainbow somewhere. In life, a small decision like smiling at someone could lead to an unexpected bigger change of events. It shows how little things can have a huge impact. Small action, your small action, can create a change that vibrates and flourishes the world with love. Always respond with love. Remember to stay open at the top. Change is inevitable. Change is going to happen. But suffering is optional. Change is constant, and over time, these changes have been increasingly intense, different, and surprising. They are not better or worse, they are simply different. Keeping ourselves open, loving, and moving upward allows us to experience true change, being true to our divinity and to our divine purpose. We are expanding in consciousness and love. And love, my friends, is the reason we are here. That's why everything unlike love is coming up, so that you can remember who you are. If we match the energy with hurt and hate and fear, we're adding to hurt, hate, and fear. What if you loved it so much that it began to love itself? I'm just going to love you till you can love yourself. And then I'm going to love you some more. So in conclusion, in these last few days of March 2025, we surf by blossoming in the sway. And the back and forth of life adds to our growth. In the face of life's impending changes and challenges, we can and we will flourish. That's just how it goes. If we were going to burn ourselves out, we would have shuffled off this coil a long time ago. but we're here for a reason. Find and allow that reason. Find comfort in these discomforting times by smiling in the face of adversity. Be true to the truth of who you are. Stay open at the top, because love is inviting you forward and upward in consciousness. For it is love that allows us to sway as we blossom. So it is. Amen. All right, it's time for us to follow our teaching and go within. So I'm going to invite you to bring to the forefront of your consciousness what you believe the power of the energy that created you is. You can call it Great Spirit, Goddess, love, energy, Christ consciousness, whatever your words are, is what's personal to you. But I think we can agree that something is transforming this expression of consciousness into a great unity. A great wholeness and a great oneness is sweeping the universe, transforming lives, releasing negative separation energy is passing away. A new, loving energy is coming over each one of us. I may not know what you're working with right now, but I know that the Spirit of wholeness knows exactly what you're working with. And I know that within your working, there is a way, there is a solution, there is an answer. That whatever may have cried you to sleep last night is giving you the bliss of a new day. I know that because you woke up this morning. And here you are. Something powerfully wonderful is happening right now. Your miracle is happening right now. So let's grasp it. Let's pretend and act as though it's already so. The healing of your body, the healing of your experience in life. Let's turn into the love that we seek. And as we do, the love we seek turns into us, literally turning us into love. 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 How good it is to know, how grateful we are for this love that guides the stars and causes the sun to shine. How good it is to know that the answers are us. It's not out there far off somewhere. It is blossoming as who and what you are right now. So I say thank you. Thank you, divine, loving energy. As I place these words directly into the living, loving law of mind, where I know transformation is happening, as we affirm this together by saying, so it is. Amen. Yes, good morning. Welcome. Okay, it's time for our offertory ideas about sharing and our prosperity affirmation. So I invite you to take your gift and put it on your heart. If you're just giving your heart today, put your hand on your heart and let's affirm this together. I give freely and joyously, knowing that limitless, invincible, opulent wealth and supply in my being and in the world. And so it is. Michael Mendra. Let's say a prayer for our offertory this morning. From the love of pure spiritual energy, these tithes and gifts have been collected. They are evidence of our faith, our belief, and our ability to manifest in this world of form. They do good work in the world by blessing the giver and the receiver and allowing this, the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living, to be open and available for those who are choosing to remember who they are, and even for those who may not even know it yet. And for that, this entire community and world and universe thrives with love. And so it is. Amen. Thank you, Tapatu. And now we will have a closing song. Michael?
It's Reverend Stephen's idea to sing Go in Peace again, which I think is a lovely idea. So here we are. Go in peace, go in kindness, go in love, go in faith, leave the day behind us, day is done, go in grace, and let us go into the dark, and not afraid and not alone, and let us hope by some good pleasure safely to arrive at home. In the last line, and let us hope by some good pleasure safely to arrive at home.
Thank you, Michael. And now for our benediction. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening right now. Something wonderful is happening right now. It's happening in my mind, in my body, and in the body of my affairs. I think it, I feel it, and I know it. Just the way that it is, and just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Have a wonderful week, everybody. God bless.